got lots of windows open. It might get a little closer here. But anyway, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jennifer Sneed. I'm the director of the Kelly Writers House. And I want to welcome all of you here tonight. This is got to be one of the coolest things we've ever done here at the Writers House. We've collaborated with the Center for Folklore and Ethnography in the past, but never anything quite this involved. So I'm really delighted that you were all able to come. This is a few months of planning here or more for Mary, and a lot of work on behalf of Mary and her class, and also the Senior Center, the Agape Senior Center. Before we get started, I'm going to turn the program over to Mary and to the people that you really came to see, this crew. But before I do that, I'm just going to say that if you've never been to the Kelly Writers House before and you're interested in other programs and events that we do here, please grab an April calendar on your way out. Sign our sign-in book. We'll be happy to send you emails of our upcoming events and programs. We do over 300 writing-related programs and events here every academic year. So there's a lot going on here. This just happens to be one of the neatest things we've ever done. So I just want to thank the Writers House staff, my program coordinator, Erin Gauci, my assistant, Maria Scarino, Sarah Giovanniello, who helped set up. Thanks to them. There will be food afterwards, too, so we're going to have quite a night. I'm going to turn it over to Mary Hufford right now, though, and we're going to get started. So thanks. Mary.
Thanks, Jennifer. I'm Mary Hufford. I'm the director of the Center for Folklore. I don't need my notes. Okay. I'm the director of the Center.
I'm sorry, do you want to speak into one of the mics by any chance?
Are these amplifying? Voice amplifying?
Yeah, they are. Actually,
It's also, we're recording the program, so.
Oh, right, okay.
there you go.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Okay. I'm Mary Hufford. I direct the Center for Folklore and Ethnography in the School of Arts and Sciences here at the University of Pennsylvania. And I want to welcome everyone here. And I want to offer an especially warm welcome to our guests from the Agape Senior Citizen Center. I also want to thank our co-sponsors, the Kelly Writers House, Jennifer and Sarah and all of the staff throughout the Center for Community Partnerships, Ira Harkeby and Katie Zamba, and also the African Studies Center. They were very helpful, and I want to acknowledge all of the support that we've gotten from various players at the university. Now, the event at hand. Nearly a year ago, a number of the seniors who attend the Agape African Senior Citizen Center, who are here today, paid a visit to the Archive of Folklore in Logan Hall, which is right next to my office. They were celebrating the conclusion of what was the inaugural semester of our service learning course, which is Exploring Memory and Tradition in Philadelphia Communities. And during that first session of the course, which was developed and taught by Melton Turcos, who was a graduate of the folklore program, a small group of undergraduates studied Liberian history and culture, and then began the service portion of the course, which involved tutoring elders at the Agape Center in learning to read and write. These skills are essential not only for life in America in the long term, but in the short term also to help seniors to read and answer the 100 questions the U.S. government will ask them when they apply for citizenship. And our newest citizen that I know of is Peter Salif, who just became a citizen of the United States. So there we were in the archive drinking tea and coffee when Melton asked Edith Hill, this is Edith, if she wanted to tell a story. Edith obliged with the tale that you'll hear today. Then Garrison Topa stood up to tell a story. Then Marta Carr had a story. Then Benjamin Quinbaugh had 2 stories. And Peter Salif. And it would still be going on, except that Reverend Jala, who at the moment was getting a parking ticket, reminded us that we were also there to eat and that it was time to do so. But it was in that exchange of stories that we began to recognize how exploring memory and tradition can be a service in itself. And the service isn't only a service that we perform for the elders or that the elders perform for us. It's a practice that directly bears on the building of cultural democracy. Passing the test for U.S. citizenship is a milestone. but it doesn't provide the cultural space and the political space that communities require in order to participate fully in democratic society. Liberian refugees, like so many immigrant communities before them, face the challenges of retaining their culture while integrating into American life. This challenge comes not only from outside the community through cultural misrecognition, but from within, as grandchildren are tempted to reject the culture of the elders in favor of American values. So we explore memory and tradition in part as a way of supporting a politics of cultural recognition, even within a space as small and as fundamental as literacy training, where we are hoping to introduce, perhaps even next year, a reader that's made up of the literature of the community of the elders. This brings us to the event at hand. It's with great pleasure that I introduce Reverend John K. Jalla, who's just disappeared. Oh, there he is. Moved. Don't do that. The man who will serve as your guide to the storytellers and their tales. Reverend Jalla is a member of the Lorma tribe, and he's the founder and director of the Agape African Senior Citizen Center. He was groomed from childhood to succeed his father as Grand Porozoe. I hope I said that right. Anyway, which is a high priest of the tribal religion. But his conversion to Christianity at a young age changed his life course. While living in Monrovia, Reverend Jalla founded the Bible-believing church and the Liberia Vernacular and Cultural Research Institute. Listen to that, folklorists. Isn't that great? Oh. He served the Liberian government in various capacities, including that of Deputy Minister of Internal Affairs. He came to the U.S. as a refugee in 1997, and 3 years later, he founded the Agape Center. His biography illustrates well something that he told us at the archive last year. He told us that when God shows you a problem, He wants you to do something about it. He wants you to do something about it. Working with Reverend Jalla over the last 8 months, I've come to realize that when God shows him a solution, if you are part of the solution, He's going to tell you. Reverend Jalla's commitment to the traditional arts, vernacular languages and customs, and social and scientific knowledge of Liberia's many ethnic groups continues to find expression in his work with the Agape Center. So we are very privileged to be able to work with him and to have him with us to introduce the community performance this evening. Reverend Jalla.
Thank you. Once upon a time. Let's say it together. Once upon a time. And join in, okay? Once upon a time. Okay. That kicks off the story. That kicks off the storytelling. Okay, you see, Mary was talking loud until you gave her mic. As soon as you give her the mic, she dropped her voice. So I'm going to do the same. All right. We are really privileged to be here. I'm delighted to be here, and I hope we have an evening full of fun, full of activities, just interact. And I hope we'll be able to learn from one another, maybe. Many of you may not be privileged to visit Africa. Many of you will be. The world is becoming smaller each day. And so we are really privileged to be here. We are happy to be here. We are grateful to Mary and the fine students of the folklore department. They come in, they help us, teach us how to read and write, and we in turn help them to understand us. I don't know how the partnership is working, but we think it's working beautifully. Now, I will not, except you have questions, but I will not engage in too much talking. Let me just give something for us to warm up a little bit. Okay? Let me set ourselves up now. Let me warn you. You have to tune your ear to hear us. I think you observed that right away, right? And you have to tune your ear to catch our accent. We have a very heavy accent, so you have to tune your ear to hear us. But if you do not understand, don't be embarrassed. Put your hand up, and maybe we can modify or somehow we interpret English to you as English we speaking. Okay? All right. Now, once upon a time, one morning, after dear having had breakfast, belly full, started jumping up and down, happy as anyone would be, then he landed right before leopard. And leopard about to spring. And deer was no way to run. So deer bravely kind of tried to stand his ground, but he didn't have any ground because he was before leopard. And leopard said, all right, tell me 3 truths. And if they are true, I will let you go. So, mind you, deer is in the grip of leopard, about to be chewed up. And leopard is there giving the opportunity to deer to set himself free by telling just 3 truths. So, can you think of any one of those truths that could set leopard free? Anybody? Can you think of any of those truths that could just set deer free from leopard, from being eaten? He's about to be killed. Okay, I want our guests to, to start first. You want to think of one? Yes.
Maybe his antlers would get stuck in his body and it would cause him pain. The deer's antlers would hurt him if he tried to eat him.
Okay. Yes, go. So, what would be a truth to tell, to convince leopard, say, please do not eat me. But one truth is this, second truth is this, third truth is this. Okay? The first truth. Deer told leopard, said, leopard, if I knew you were this side, I was not to come this way. Right?
That's true.
He said, if I knew that leopard is this, I won't play this way. Leopard said, yes, that's truth number 1. Say, how about the second truth? Say, if I left from here, went back, and told the other deer that I saw you face to face, we talked and you allowed me to go, no one will believe me. He said, leopard caught you, and you live to tell the story. He said, that's Gabi. Then leopard said, all right, you have one more, then you buy your freedom. Then deer talked for a while. He said, leopard, the real truth is that you are not hungry today. He said, because for you to give deer a chance to talk, it means that you are not hungry. That's the play fact. Okay? So, and leopard said, all right, dear. Yeah, you are right. I have just gone through having my meal. I'm not hungry, so you can go. Okay? Thank you very much. We have tonight, I'm sorry, one of our storytellers, they are all storytellers really, only that we just, for this evening, we just selected 3 volunteers to come in. Before I say this, I always like to make an emphasis. I don't want anybody to take out of content. It has nothing to do with race. It's the plain truth. I just want to let our African American know that most of us really try to do this mainly for you. We feel there has been a disconnect from the continent. And so when we come and we are here, we feel you should get to know Africa better through us. And so we are working with Part1 House to try to reach to the black American as much as we can. There are a lot have been done. History have lacked that some we are proud of, some we are not so proud of, but that's our history. So we should embrace our history and we should move forward and we should look for a way of understanding the African continent. When refugees come here, especially African refugees, we do not see any African American organization that is embracing, and that is kind of turning us away. Right now, I'm on a committee that is working with the school district to try to bring understanding between African American students and African students that are just coming, and among young people as a whole. But young people are young people, whether they are white. Okay? So I just threw this out. We need to think about it very seriously. You need to understand the world. You need to understand Africa. Africa is your future. Many of you will soon have dual citizen. You'll be American citizen and you have a country in Africa that you'll be citizen of very soon. It's exciting. So think about it. Okay? And having said that, the world is a global village. And all of us should understand, should try to understand one another culture. If you do not understand it, does not mean it's beneath you or should not be appreciated. It's only that you do not understand it. So, this evening, we are going to have I don't know which order will be coming in, but let's see. We're going to have Agape, we're going to have Benjamin, we're going to have Peter Salif. They will be telling us some stories. We'll be taking a few questions, and then we will then let you. Most of the morale of stories are intended really to teach. They're intended to pass on the lesson. Okay. So most of the story, but no one person has monopoly of the morale. A particular story is seen. You listen to it, you find your own morale, even the conclusion. You need to find your own conclusion. Because many of the stories, as stories are told and retold, the teller adds his personality to it, not only that, has his personal experience to a story. And so you may hear a story here, and if another person tells the same story, it's kind of, they have a different angle. So no one person has monopoly over a story. It means the story you are hearing now, you can repeat it. For instance, 3 truths that set deer free, you can repeat it. You don't have to be deer. You don't have to, it could be market and something else. It could be anything. Okay? So, who will be, who is first? Okay. Okay, you already had the profile of the storyteller in the booklet, so I will not go through too much in it. All of us came in as refugees, all of us tried to live life here, but we just felt that we can help other refugees make them better. So we found the center in order to help those who don't know how to use the telephone, who be very complicated for them to be understood at a help center. So mostly that's what the center is all about. If you want to volunteer, you let us know, and maybe you can help us with that. Now Peter will come in and he will be telling us a story about it's right here. Peter will be telling us about a lot of story too, African story have to do with some dilemma, have to do with some issues in societies, unresolved issues, and so forth. And one of unresolved issue over the ages has been jealousy. Jealousy. We said being solved, though, like every generation seems to be more jealous than the generation before. Until you hear the other generation story. So there are a lot of stories about jealousy. And a lot of foolish things that people do about jealousy. And so Peter is coming to tell you about a very jealous man. And then, what he did, what was the result? And then, again, it have to do with faithfulness. How do we turn on someone's dedication to another person? So you will be the judge to judge the three wives who loved the least. So let the wife that loved the least die. And so we will show you what all the wives did, then you will judge the deed of both the three wives, which one deed was really of not much consequence. Okay? So, are you ready?
Yeah. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. By the way of introduction, let me introduce myself before I go forward. I'm a man by the name of Jack of all trades and master of none. Because I got so many PhD. Why you people go to school 1 or 2 days, come back and say, I got PhD, I got master. No! When I travel all over Africa, I saw only 2 places. So I said, well, let me make my way and go to America. And I passed the way to Germany, but I met 2. I said, oh, this country has only 2 places left here too. Then I flew to New York. When I got on the airfield, I met only 2 places. I said, no, this is not a place, this is not my destination. Let me go to Philadelphia. 1999, I get to Philadelphia. I met only 2 places. Who are those 2? Who are the 2? No, not you. The people I meet here, that's the people I'm asking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the people I'm asking. Who can tell me? Yo, who I met in Philadelphia? Who are the 2 persons that I met here?
Reverend?
Huh?
Reverend? Reverend Jala?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
No, well, no, he said, who are the 2 people that I met?
No, he's asking all of us.
Everybody, I'm gonna be here.
Everybody when you ended had 2 persons. So who are the 2 persons?
In Africa, I met 2 persons. Who were only 2 persons later, so I said, well, let me go to America and see. And I buy to where Germany. When I buy Germany, I met two. I said, but wait now, what is it? Can I answer?
So guess something.
Can you answer me?
Was Reverend Jolly one of the people that you met?
No, right?
No,
No.
I don't know. Don't tell me how many places that I met here.
He met 2% and who were there?
Okay, thank you. Since you can't give me the answer, let me give you the answer. In the whole world where we live, there are only two people made under the sun. That is the male and the female.
A man and woman?
My life.
No, he met a woman.
So in your college, university, this and that. That's what. You see, I got PhD in that. Only two. Well, anyway, our time is fast spending. So let's do this. There lived a king. Lion was the king when the world was founded. Tiger was a military man. The leopard is a police force. The other animal, take your 7. The alligator is a white man, watching on that side of the water because tiger cannot go in the water and the rest of it. And so, what happened? Any mistake you make when you go to court, tiger find you. I mean, the lion find you. No money those days, you don't find money. So nothing to pay, but you will eat your flesh. That's all. So then, when he go too long, the first old king of Great Britain, he said, okay, let me make some money. Call people together, all the Catholics, they get together. They design the money. They make the money when they finish. So the king said, okay, anybody who want to travel now, this is money. You can travel. You want to buy this, you can use this money to buy so and so. Everybody was overjoyed. They fixed the fence to put the money inside. When they put the money there, everybody was so glad. When the fence at the corner there, they said,